fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up, watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Hit him, 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 hit him. Listen, 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 hit him, listen. This Eagles talk high, this talk Eagles. Philly bleed green, it's from your people. Fly, Eagles, fly. The peak, the squad. Big Pat Shelley, Dante the Dark Child. Drop the stats on him, drop the facts on him. Spur King, baby, let's get it on.
Hey, fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome to another edition of Eagles Talk Pregame Edition. Our Philadelphia Eagles are in prime time. I should have had my shades on because we going Hollywood tonight. We on prime time. The whole nation gets to watch us tonight take on the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, I'm excited. I'm very excited. Even after last week's game, I'm still excited to be in prime time and to see what this team comes out. And hopefully they have a different look. It's specifically Jonathan Gannon. We need Jonathan Gannon to do better. We need the defense to look a lot better if we're going to stop this team tonight, the Minnesota Vikings, because they have a very explosive offense. They have the best receiver in the league in Justin Jefferson, whom we should have had. We just passed up like this generation, possibly, because his career is not over. Possibly this generation's Jerry Rice. We passed him up. We took Rager. Oh my goodness. And Rager is down there with Justin Jefferson. Hopefully he's teaching him how to catch the ball. But we face the Minnesota Vikings with Justin Jefferson, a dynamic running back in Dalvin Cook. Kirk Cousins he's serviceable. He's good at times. He just doesn't come up in the big games. And his Monday night record is not exactly stellar. So that bodes well for us. But are you guys ready for some football tonight? I see Pat's ready. I see Pat is ready. So everybody out there, you're watching Eagles Talk Pregame. If you're not used to what we do here, we talk about our favorite football team. Guess who? The Philadelphia Eagles. And we do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. And this is our pregame show. So like I explain all the time, this is a virtual tailgating session that we have before we watch the game. So come tailgate with us virtually, and let's get ready to see our Philadelphia Eagles take on the Minnesota Vikings. So I am doing the Belvedere vodka.
Oh, Belvedere. All right.
Yes. And Pat is doing the Jameson, I saw.
I'm definitely doing it, Jameson. Me and Jameson have made up for the season.
Oh, I got to fix mine. I'm going to have to drop after I do this shot. All right. So, and Nichelle's doing the Patron, the coffee shot. You doing
Nope.
Oh, the 1800. Is that the coconut?
Anejo, yeah, I don't do sugary.
Yeah. Okay. All right. She got more balls. She has more balls than Shellman. All right, so here we go.
Shell's on this one.
He's doing coconut.
All right, so here we go. Everybody down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the first quarter.
All right, first quarter, man. I'm going to have to drop. I'm going to ask you guys. I'm going to put the question out there first, and then I'm going to have to drop to fix my picture, as you can see. It's fit. So, but
the inactives?
Oh, yeah, we can do the inactives. Do the inactives.
All right, for the Minnesota Vikings, the inactives are as follows. Deshaun, I need your help on this one.
You got it. You got it, Michelle. We got depth this year. We're like Howie. We got depth.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
All right. So we got Andrew Booth Jr., cornerback. He's actually out. Ty Chandler, running back. Linebacker, Louis Villain.
Michelle, could you help us?
What spell it?
Luiji.
Luigi?
She's better than me, really.
All right. Well, she's not looking at it.
All right, Chris Reed, offensive tackle, veteran Low, defensive lineman, Easy Otumiwi for the Vikings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see Pat. Pat be freestyling. This not hip hop.
For our beloved Philadelphia Eagles, Backup third string quarterback, I am Brooke. Running back Trey Sherman. Tight end Grant Carcaterra. Offensive lineman Josh Stills.
Casatera.
Yeah. Defensive end Janoris Robertson. And safety Reed Blankership. That's already inactive for our Philadelphia Eagles. Those other French names from the Vikings, I don't know who they are, but
We don't care about them.
we don't care
about
about
them
them.
anyway.
The only one we kind of care about is Andre Booth Jr. He's a great addition to their secondary, but he's out, so that doesn't matter.
All right, so that's good for us. That bodes well for us, and I think we're going to need it. But I'm going to put this question out here, and then I'm going to fix my screen. So we saw what happened last week. We're looking for some changes. So I'm going to ask you guys, what group, offense, defensive line, linebackers, what group do you think needs to show the biggest improvement for us to win tonight?
Ooh.
Defense. Defense wins games and championships.
All right, talk about it. I'll be right back.
Okay. I defense, especially the D line, are all these weapons we brought in, like Hassan Reddick, they have to have better games this week. Period.
Definitely.
Period. We, Kirk Cousins shouldn't be comfortable in that pocket on our home field on Monday night.
At all. Like Shell would say, make it hot in the kitchen.
Right.
You gotta make it hot.
Like the fire.
Listen,
bring the heat.
We cannot let this guy sit back there and pick us apart like Jeff Goff or Jared, whatever his name is, from the quarterback from last week. Like Kirk Cousins, the weapons that he has. We talk about Justin Jefferson, but they got Adam Thielen. They got Cook. Listen, they got weapons on the offensive side of the ball. And if we allow Cousins to sit back there, he'll be 2-9 on Monday Night Football. We need to be super aggressive. We need to come after him. We need to not let him sit back in a comfortable, soft zone and let him pick us apart. Because that's how we lose this game. If Jonathan Gannon say, you know what, I'm not gonna let them beat us deep. They can get everything underneath. I'm not gonna let us beat us deep. That doesn't work in this day and age. It doesn't work. All right?
That's right.
You have to live with those live bullets. Let them go. Let them go. Whatever tricks you have, what are you saving it for? What are you saving for? This is the game where you should see inside, outside, even a safety blitz. Let your corners do their due diligence. That's what they get paid for. Now it's time to show the world, America, that you know what, as a coordinator, I can do this. Because right now, quite frankly, I don't believe you can do it.
That's my concern. Is now we have the talent. I'm back and I told you so mode. Okay, we got the talent, but do we have the coaching?
Absolutely not. Not yet.
We
the
got the
first
talent,
comedy.
but do we have the coaching?
You know what, and it's sad because you see the talent, you see the ability of some of these guys. Freaking Kazir White last week was balling out of control. He was running stride swiftly down the sideline. He's running stride with some of the tightest. He forced the interception because he was in the right place at the right time. Like we finally have the linebackers that can bang in there. That we've been one linebackers can go sideline to sideline and take on this block, come off a block, make tackles. But now you don't want to utilize these guys. You got to rush in. That last year was in double-digit sacks. Don't drop him in coverage. What are you doing? If I see
last 2 years he had double-digit sacks, but he has to, get used to the system and step up too. So I'm not worried that he's not going to show improve.
If I see Hassan Reddick drop back in coverage on another third down, I'm gonna walk down to the link, go through security, and strangle JG my doggone self.
But let's not sleep on Detroit's O-line and how they were also handling business. I mean, a couple times he got beat.
They were handling business, but when you have a sizable human in Jordan Davis in there, and you're getting beaten right in the middle, why he got only 20? Yes, I did say why did he only get 22 snaps? That man should have been on cusp of half the snaps for the actual particular game. All
That's right.
You should be on
That's right.
Cuz for half the snaps. I know they're talking about his conditioning. The only way you can get in conditioning if you played the freaking game.
Yeah. Well,
Play
the
freaking
defense
game.
can't let them put up another 30+ points. So I see people saying they're not worried about the defense, but no, we can't.
We gotta
We
be worried about
can't
the
survive.
defense.
We cannot survive this season with letting teams put up 30 points and letting mediocre quarterbacks just have their way with us. Period. Period. There's no way we're going to, have a serious playoff run if we don't get our defense together.
Let me go to one of the first comments in the room because we've been neglecting our fourth co-host right now. Raymond Williams, it's go time.
Let's
Game.
go.
Benjamin Isaac, Birds, baby. Sean Payton, he said, let's go, Birds. Yes,
Let's go.
Dana said, let's go, Eagles. We all hyping here right now. You got to be hyped for this game.
That's right.
It's
Monday night.
Come on. Are you ready for some football? How you say last week? I've been waiting all day for Monday night.
I was singing
night,
Sunday
really?
night for Monday night, but I think it works better on Monday night.
It does. I think we got Dante back. John D. Batista said South Carolina Pregame checking in. Game day,
South
baby.
Kakalaka AA.
Mel Davis, oh yeah, let's go. Rachel said, let's go. Everybody's getting hype in it right now in the beginning.
Mhm.
Yes, I love this comic. This comic will always come up there.
Dallas sucks. Cue the music.
Oh, I could do it too. I don't know. Where is it at? That always rings true. No matter what happens during this show, that always will ring true.
Even though they pulled that game out, I was salty.
It was
like,
it
y'all
was
let them
Cincinnati's fault.
bums win.
But
Come on, Baker.
So we really need to make it hot in the kitchen. We need to let our corners do what they're paid to do. The answer to Dante's question, our front seven need to be dominant. Our offensive line, we can talk about the offense all we want, but they did put up 31 points last week. Our defense allowed 35 points. We got to be better.
It's not okay.
To
me, anything over 27 points is just not okay.
Mm-hmm.
Period. You can't expect the offense to always put up 35, 40, 45. That means they're essentially bailing the defense out. Mm-hmm. It's great that our defense can score. I'm not worried about them getting pick sixes. I know they can do that, but I haven't seen them play shut down football where nobody is getting more than 15 to 20 points a game. And that's where the problem lies for me.
Definitely. Dark Knight, you're back.
Hey.
All right. I am having some problems here. But all right, so
we're gonna push through. We're gonna push through Dark Knight.
Yeah, we're gonna push through.
All right.
All right. So I heard you guys brought our fourth co-host into the conversation. I didn't get a chance to hear too much of what you guys said. I did hear Nichelle say about the defense. And Pat, who did you say? Who did you say?
The front seven. We cannot allow Cousins to get comfortable back there whatsoever. Regardless of what they're doing with Dalvin Cook, if Cousins gets comfortable back there, he will pick us apart. Playing soft zone tonight is not one of those games.
Yeah, all right. I agree with Rob Griffith, his comment that's on the screen. We proved our offense can put up numbers. Now it's up to the defense to not allow so many points. And that's where at least I have the biggest question is how or what adjustments Jonathan Gannon makes this week. I mean,
Correct.
I was expecting changes last week. It was, he's been handed these shiny new toys. He has the personnel. I expected this defense to look different. And in the first half, it did. He brought the pressure. He brought more blitzes than we seen last year. And then in the second half, he just went back to last year's passive style of defense. And in doing so, the Detroit Lions caught up. They scored 3 touchdowns in the second half, and it was a closer game than what it probably should have been. So we can ill afford to do that this week. This offense, I believe, is better. Although, let me give credit to my co-host, Nichelle. She said that Detroit may be better than last year, and we all scoffed at it, but we saw them beat Washington yesterday. And although it's Washington, they did still put up 30-something points. So they're averaging 30 points a game in this young season. So maybe this isn't our mama's Detroit Lions. Maybe they
It's
are a little
not.
bit
They
better.
talked
It's
about
not.
it on WIP. They was like, their O line's pretty good. Like, now
Yeah.
you want to say, but last week it was, they were the worst team in the league. They only won 3 wins last year. But did you watch
That's
them
last
last year?
year. It's last year. You gotta
Right.
understand. They came into this year with a new philosophy, and they're hungry. Yo, they was up on the Commanders 22-0, and it looked like the
Yeah.
Commanders was still in the preseason. That's how
Listen.
bad it was at one point. It looks
Yeah.
that bad because they made it hot. Adrian Hutchinson had 3 sacks,
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
flew the left tackle out the way to get to Wentz. Like
Mhm.
that team's gonna be for real.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they are. I agree with that. They do look better. And even with that though, the Minnesota Vikings offense is better.
Yeah.
Right. They have
And
better.
they are
Better whole,
better.
yes, better whole offense.
And Wentz actually, he put up yards and stuff, but he can't sustain every week. Let me throw 350 yards and get 5 sacks. That's not sustainable.
No, he can't
You know
do
what I
that.
mean? Like, what good are the 350 yards if you're getting your behind busted every play?
And he didn't do it. And the point I'm making, though, is that Minnesota has a more potent offense. And if we had trouble with Detroit's offense, which is not bad as we've seen this week, if we've had trouble with Detroit, we're going to have the same, if not more trouble with Minnesota. They have a very dynamic running back that can do more than what DeAndre Swift did. DeAndre Swift is great out of the backfield. Dalvin Cook is a all-purpose back. He can catch the ball, he can run the ball, and he's a weapon. Justin Jefferson, as I explained earlier, is a weapon. Adam Thielen is a weapon. So this passive defense, we've got to see a change from Jonathan Gannon. He's got to play the right players, first of all. Did we talk about Jordan Davis? Oh, first of
No,
all, I
we
think this
haven't.
quarter,
We just started getting into the defense, and if what was Jordan Davis? They took him out on what
22. He had 22
yeah,
total
22
snaps.
snaps.
They had about 67 total defensive snaps, whereas though he only had 22 snaps. 22 snaps. And of the 22 snaps, when he was in, they allowed only a 2.9 rush average.
Yes, they have to change. That's got to change. All right, that's the end of the first quarter.
And shout out to
And
Sue
that's
Bullock. We
the
do
end
still
of
have
the
beef with
quarter.
Minnesota. The way they disrespected our city, got mad
Always.
beef. We'll
That's-
always
that's-
have beef. Scoldies.
You know what?
That's
Every
what I say.
time-
We
Scoldies.
already
That's
settled
on
that.
site. Every time we see Minnesota, it's on site.
On
It's
site.
like,
On site.
that was the equivalent of slapping somebody on the Oscars. That's what they did to us. They slapped us on the Oscars by coming into our hometown.
You using the
and
slap though, Dante?
Yes, I
Really?
gotta
That's what we
use the slap.
doing.
Yes. It's you can't come and slap us in our own crib. Like, no, you did
Yeah,
that.
no.
So we unleashed the fury of hell upon them after they did that. And we need to have that same motivation tonight. And Jonathan Gannon needs to have that same motivation as he deploys this defensive unit tonight. I want to see more blitzing. I don't need to see it 50% of the time, but I don't want to see it in the first half and then we get up by 3 touchdowns and then you go pack it away in the suitcase and we don't see it again until the next game. I don't want that pattern of aggressive defense. I want to see it for a full 60 minutes.
Yes.
A full 60 minutes tonight. And who else do I need to see get a? Oh, well, the quarter's over. I'll get into it in the second quarter. All right, you are watching and listening to Eagles Talk pregame edition as our Philadelphia Eagles take on the Minnesota Vikings.
Go.
Let's
in
go.
just a little less than a half an hour here. And on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage. I said this on the radio. This is the most unique Eagles coverage show around. It's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. So we talk about our favorite team. We do it in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Tonight, I am doing the Belvedere Vodka. Pat is doing the Jameson Irish whiskey. Nichelle is doing the 1800
In between tea, because I'm not really feeling good. Yeah.
Okay. 1800 tequila. And you guys, let me know what you're doing out there. Let me know what you're doing out there as we take our shot. So
We
everyone,
gotta get some comments up after this too. These people are lit tonight. Shout
all
out
right,
to y'all being lit.
I'm gonna get right to you guys as soon as we start this second quarter. So everybody, raise your drink in honor of our Philadelphia Eagles, and down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the second quarter.
All right, so let me see what you guys are talking about in here. Not Will Smith us. Yeah, he did. Yeah, they
Get him,
Will
Steph.
Smith us.
He sure did. He sure did. Dion said they had one job, them bums. They couldn't even beat the Cowgirls.
I know,
one
right?
job. One job.
Leah is doing the fireball. Mel is doing the
Hey.
Terramata.
Okay, Anejo in the house.
Smokey is doing the Grey Goose.
Goose that get you loose.
Somebody is requesting some Bryant Dawkins up in here, Pat.
Oh,
we ready. We ready though,
man.
but we ready.
How you gonna request that, man? How you gonna do that? We still got to get a little bit hyped up for this game.
We
gotta
spicy.
Get want it.
Yeah, we got to get
25
a little bit more
minutes,
spicy.
y'all. It's
We
on
not
poppin'.
there yet. We not there yet. This is the virtual tailgate. Everybody should be getting riled up. I tried to get my my segment from the radio this Saturday, but I'm having trouble. But I'm going to have to just voice it to you.
We got to get those so we can repost them. Is there a way to get them?
Oh, you being so
I got
nice.
it. I got it.
You got the recording?
Oh. Yeah, I got the recording.
Oh, man.
Okay, good.
I'm just having trouble with my computer.
Did he give a
Yes, he did. I'm not going
Dante.
I'm going to save it for the end. Let him
I have to. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what he called me up there for. You know what I'm saying? When he asked me, who do you think's going to win the game? I can't say, nah.
We're going to win the game. I really think we are. Dante doesn't think we're going to win, y'all.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that. He said for certain things. And we talk about during the rest of the show because you know what? For the love of me, we need to be dominant in the run game tonight, right? But we also need to get everybody involved in the pass game. Now, if A.J. Brown is dominating his corner and his coverage, yes, you continue to throw the ball to him. Let him rack up another 155 receiving yards. But at the same time, take advantage of what you can take advantage of. Quez Watkins last week didn't get a target. He didn't get one single target. You can't continue the rest of the season like that.
Steichen, somebody mentioned Steichen earlier in the show about him getting his play calling together. Going back to having the talent and not the coaches. Going back to what would Doug Peterson do with this roster?
Oh my goodness. Don't get me started. Dougie P.
The plays would be cray.
Yes.
Seriously. Just saying.
Yeah, and somebody I mentioned this the last show, but somebody put up there, and I think it's so appropriate that so far we don't have the quality of coach to match the quality of players on this roster.
Correct.
And we need that, and we need them to step their game up too. This is not just about the players getting better from last game to this game. This is also very much about the coaches getting better from game to game. And we'll take a W any day of the week. But we cannot continue to play in the same manner and think we're going to beat every caliber team that's out there. So I'm just hoping and praying that Jonathan Gannon does something different. That's where I think that's the biggest area that we need improvement in. But I think also that this offense is going to have to, and I know they do this every week, and I'm praying and hoping that he schemes something to get Devontae Smith involved, because that they're going to key on AJ this one. They're going to key on AJ this week. So please have a game plan that spreads the ball around. Jalen, please and have that play for them. I don't want him to be a secondary receiver. I want the play to be
with the RPO
for him. Yes. Call these plays for these people. We need to spread the ball around.
They mentioned that in the evening games yesterday. I can't remember which. I think it might have been Chris Collingsworth of all people that I can't even stand his voice. But he talked about whichever game he was calling last night about too much of the depending on the RPO too much.
Yeah, you depend on the RPO as an offense. You can't. I'm gonna be honest. In this day and age, you cannot depend on RPO as an offense. They
No,
cannot
that's
be your base
collegiate.
offense.
That's so collegiate.
It's high school.
Correct.
It even
Come
goes
on
back
now.
to high school. That's what the kids run in high school.
Correct. You cannot be a successful team when your base offense includes the quarterback as a running back. Let's just look at over the years, right? The best running quarterback over the years has been who? Michael Vick, Lamar Jackson, right? These guys they have base offenses on their ability to run, especially Lamar Jackson. And what happens when they get to the playoffs? These teams, these smart defensive coordinators, have not named Jonathan Gannon, devised plans to take the running quarterback out and make you beat you with the arm. What's going to happen if that happens tonight? What would happen if that happens tonight? You can't run the ball. You can't do that no longer. Last week, Detroit almost gave you the formula to beat that, right? It was a few times during that game that if Jalen Hurts was as elusive as he was, that we'd be saying, you know what, this offensive coordinator need to go. This offense that we're running is not sustainable.
No, and it's not like he
forward.
can't deliver the ball. So stop with this. He ain't got the arm. He can't. No, the play calling
has the arm.
is garbage.
Correct.
He has the arm. That's not the issue. The play calling is just garbage, and that's my secondary problem outside of the defense is the play calling. And again, this goes back to the coaching and talent of coaching matching talent of our players. But like I said, we, be careful what you wish for. Y'all keep saying Jalen isn't good enough. Get another quarterback. Get more receivers. Get this. Okay, we got all of that. And now what?
It's time for him to shine. Tonight, the bright lights are on.
All right. Quavo has a good excuse. Quavo's in the room.
Okay.
He says, sorry I'm late. I was at the liquor store. Okay, you all right.
You get a pass.
Your pass. You get a pass. You all right. So
get a
he's
pass.
bringing that energy into our virtual tailgate. That's what I'm talking about, Quavo. Joseph is out there. He says, no shot for me tonight. Job interview tomorrow morning.
That's
so
what's
it's
up.
Bud Light for me tonight. All right, yeah. We wish you all the best on that interview. You're going to get it because you're the man. You're the man.
New job coming.
John Baptiste, the important thing is the team know they didn't play up to their expectations. They've taken accountability. We should see a better performance from the defense. Now, let's not be too hasty here because I've gone over some numbers, and the last, I believe, 6 times we've made the playoffs, we started out 1-1. And those seasons we start off 2-0, we didn't make the playoffs. So be careful.
You with the stats.
Yes, be careful what you hope for. Now, I do have,
intern over
for
there.
your listening pleasure, my segment from WDAS this weekend.
Yes.
So let me play that, and then you guys can jump all over. All right.
Oh man, it was great. It was a W.
I
expected everything. A W. I told you it wouldn't be a blowout, and it wasn't.
Right.
I saw the offense. I saw A.J. Brown be who we thought he could be.
Right.
And he improved Jalen Hurts by just being on the field. Just with that low catch that he made there is what I've talked about all summer. A good receiver will make Jalen look better. And he did look better.
Yes.
Let me just say this. This is the first time I've seen a game won by Jalen Hurts. We do not win that game if it wasn't for his athletic ability and being able to get away from the pass rush because they brought the heat and he handled the heat in the kitchen.
He sure did. No doubt. I would talk about Dante the Dark Knight, one of the hosts of Eagles Talk. Okay, so how do we do Monday night against the Vikings? What'd you think?
Unfortunately, they did revert to some ways that I did not like. We had the biggest question was how Jonathan Gannon was going to scheme the defense.
He stinks.
And he reverted back to last year. I still have a question mark on how he is going to do with these new tools that he has.
Right.
And because of that, and we're facing a more explosive offense with the Minnesota Vikings, Kirk Cousins has our number.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson is an elite receiver. Dalvin Cook is an elite running back.
It's
I
over.
hate to say it, Ed, but I don't see us winning Monday. I'm
see
hoping
it
that we win Monday.
Okay.
I'm going to be rooting,
right?
But one of my 6 losses may be Monday night.
Okay, I got you. So you're saying an L for Monday night?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate to say it.
All right, it's okay. We're talking with Dante the Dark Knight. We're talking birds. Eagles Talk. He's one of the co-hosts. How can we listen to Eagles Talk?
You can listen to us on your favorite podcast platforms, Apple Music, Google Play. You can also watch us live as we record that podcast on Thursdays evenings at 7 o'clock on Facebook and YouTube. And don't forget, you can also catch us in the pregame. Whenever the Eagles play, we're on an hour before they come on. So come watch the pregame with us. Eagles Talk. I'm your man, Dante the Dark Knight. Thanks, Ed. All right, so I'm taking it that everybody has a 17-0 out there.
Not really, not necessarily.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't have us a 17-0, but I just don't have us losing Monday night to the Vikings.
Let me just say then, in my defense, since none of us have us going 17-0, that there has to be some losses out there, right?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Okay. I think we're going to split with the Cowboys.
This is not what I do on my show. I've been asked to be on the radio, so for me to come on. And I do this on the show. For me to come on and pick the Eagles 17 weeks in a row, I would just lose all credibility. So I have to be objective when I give my prediction on the air. On here, we're 17-0.
This is just not one of the games I would have called us losing. Just because of the history of the Vikings and Monday night.
Right.
That's all.
This is like a get back game for the defense that needs to be a get back game for.
And they home too. They trying to show out. And come on, Hassan and all his peoples are coming across the bridge.
So if we play like we played last week, we win this game.
No, we're losing.
Okay, all right.
We lose. Right. Our defense wise, yes, we lose. Our offense continue to put up 31 plus points, and our defense is able to be better. I mean, put more pressure on the quarterback. The issue is it's not necessarily just the blitzes. It's the pressure that we are lacking in getting on the quarterback. We don't get enough pressures on these quarterbacks, especially these top tier quarterbacks in the top 10, top 15. We don't get pressure on them, which makes them look like top 3 quarterbacks in the league every time they face us.
And I agree with that. And that is the key to winning. And if we pull those things off, we will win. We will win if we pull those off. If Jonathan Gannon shows us a defensive philosophy or defensive scheme that puts some pressure on Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins has our number, so we can't let him be comfortable. We can't let any quarterback be comfortable. We've seen what happens to us when we allow quarterbacks time in the pocket. They kill us all the time. And the average to above average quarterbacks looked stellar against that type of defense that we employ. We've seen it all last year, and we saw it last week against Jared Goff. Soon as we dialed down the heat, Jared Goff went off. That remains to be seen. I have to see it before I can have the utmost confidence in this defense. And I only saw a glimpse of it last week. I need to see 60 minutes of it. I know that we have a lot of room for improvement. I think one area that we're not going to have a problem in is tackling this week. I think that they're going to do a better job of tackling. I think that was rust. So I expect improvement in that area. I just can't put my finger on what the hell Jonathan Gannon is going to do tonight. I just can't call it. Let me go to some comments out there. All right. What you doing? Rashard, bring some beer? Okay, get some beer. I'm going over Sean's. Bring the beer over Sean's. All right, look. All right, that was a sidebar. All right, Sue says first game was preseason. I agree. First game was preseason. I said it all along, man. These first 3 weeks are preseason to us. So I expect better tackling. That's why I expect, because that was preseason. All right, BJ says, I do have a gut feeling Kevin O'Connell take a deep shot with Rager. I don't know.
Good luck with that. Says, first of all,
you are right on this one. Close.
That's
game,
my dad and my mom. Look at their picture. He's a Green Bay fan. He's a Green Bay fan. He's second to the Eagles are his second team.
That's Mama and Papa. That's Mama and Papa. Okay. All right, Mama and Papa.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Thank you for lending us your daughter.
She made all of our promo pits look better.
Yeah,
wow,
she was it. Hey man, it's shot time.
It is shot time. All right, that's in the second quarter, man.
That's the end of the quarter.
So that's the end of the second quarter. We are online having a virtual tailgate party, guys.
Y'all wilding out there.
Somebody call our lawyer. It's about to be an assault at the link.
I know that's right.
Yes, I do appreciate it with a K. Yo, all right. So we on the virtual tailgate. Everybody get hyped. Come on now. You're watching Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show out there that's by Eagles fans, us for Eagles fans, you. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. We also include you guys in the conversation. So get your shots ready. I am doing the Belvedere vodka.
Please enjoy responsibly.
Yes, please enjoy responsibly. Pat is doing the Jameson Irish whiskey. Nichelle is doing the 1800 tequila. Añejo. Am I right?
Correct.
Oh, Añejo. Okay. So here we are.
With lemon.
And tea. So everybody, let me know what you're doing out there. Let me know how you are preparing for tonight's game. Let me know how you're preparing. And what's on the menu. Let me know what's on the menu. All right, so here we go. Down the hatch. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
The #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook. That is by Eagles fans for Eagles fans.
Yeah. It's about to go. It's about to go down to 8 minutes, man.
8
Prove
minutes.
me wrong, Eagles. Prove me wrong. Woo. And you guys, prove me wrong. How do we do it? How do we win tonight, Pat? What do we do? How do we win? Tell me.
I think tonight would be a game that our offense is really going. They're clicking. They have something going on offense that, you know, Stoutland had to get the offensive line together. He says, you know what, guys, y'all missed assignments. You made Detroit look better than what they really were. But you know what? They did blitz them 50% of the time. Vikings not going to do that. They'd be stupid enough to blitz them 50% of this game. So therefore, our offense is going to lead us to a victory. Our offense is going to put up some monstrous numbers. I see them doubling A.J. Brown because they say, you know what, we're not going to let you beat us. But by doing that, you single up Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, Dallas Goedert, a resurgent Miles Sanders.
Oh, Miles was good. He was
eating them up.
Yeah, he was
eating them up.
Kenneth Gainwell. You know, these guys are going to get off this game. And don't be surprised if you see a little Jack Stoll, you know, the backup tight end thrown in there because, you know, everybody thinks he's there for blocking, but he's going to be open a couple of times this game. So I think our offense can lead us to victory this week.
Well, speaking of offense, our offensive line has to do a hell of a lot better job of pass blocking if we're going to win this game tonight, too, because they were horrendous
2 seasons
last
of garbage.
week. Yes. So they got to do a better job. They are maulers when it comes to running the ball. Yeah, they should be arrested, really, for what they do to the
It's a major violation when we're running the ball, but when we're passing the ball, it's like they don't know how to get their heads on the swivel. They don't, and this has been going on since last season. And now when you got more talent around, you see the deficiencies in areas like coaching and the offensive line and those types of things. It's exposing things that some of us called out last year that people wanted to put the blame somewhere else. No, that still exists now, and now we have to deal with it because you didn't address it last year.
Yeah, you gotta understand something. It's the protection calls. Like the offensive line has to understand something. When these protection calls are yelled out, they have to relay it back to each other so they know that in this protection we're sliding to the left, we're sliding to the right, we're kicking in, we're kicking out. We got to understand the protections. That's what happened last week. You saw some protections that some guys didn't get it. One play freaking. Jordan Mulatto went to the left, the whole line went to the right. So we got to understand this game is a game of communication. The offensive line has to communicate and be better in the pass blocking game this week than they were last week.
Than they were last season.
If you want Jalen Hurts to be the best version of himself, you've got to protect him. I really truly appreciate his athletic ability, because without it, we don't win last week.
Right.
We just do not win. And we're going to probably need it down the line if they continue to pass block like they do. But if we want to see the best version of Jalen Hurts, give him a pocket where he feels safe. Give him a pocket where it's not fire and brimstone all around him and he takes off. Give him a pocket where he can step up and continue to look down the field and find the receivers. I heard a lot of people talking about that he ran too much. He had to run.
He would have been. First of all, he would have got put out the game.
He would have been like Carson Wentz.
To run.
Right, getting sacked 5 times. We ain't got time for that, y'all.
So
he's going to have to use his feet.
If you don't want to see him run as much, offensive line, do your job. Please, Sirianni, we can't run him that much either. I mean, like
the RPO that goes back to the RPO
runs. Please, let's kill that.
No.
Yeah, we need
the first play of the game should not be a planned quarterback run.
The coaching and the O-line need to change because Jalen doesn't really. He runs because he can. If you don't think that young man prefers to air that ball out and get some real highlights, come on, he's a quarterback. That's what's in his DNA. He runs because he has to.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Let me go to some comments. Richard Booth says, if Gannon doesn't unleash his new toys tonight, he needs to be fired.
Flowers. That's my next up man. Is Flowers.
Where Flowers?
If the coach. If we need a new DC, that's what Mel Davis asked earlier.
Vic Fangio.
Flores. Yeah,
Vic
Flores.
Fangio.
Yeah.
That too.
Vic Fangio. He has a whole tree of defensive coordinators in the league.
All right. Listen.
All right.
let's
Joseph
get at
says,
it.
I need to see Devontae get around 10 targets. That would be great.
That'd be great. But
this one, I don't know why Pat won't do it. Mel, you're asking for it. Can you feel that thing beating in your chest? Let's go.
Run through walls, but don't run through walls.
Yeah, let's go. All right, we're going to let y'all get out of here. All right, get a prediction from Pat. Yeah,
so
give a prediction. What you want?
If our offense is able to put up points and do the doggone thing with our offensive line being solid and are able to get pressure against Kirk Cousins, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. We can win this going 41-31. If our defense does not come to play, unfortunately, I still think we can win the game by a field goal because our offense can do much more than what their defense is able to hold out with. Because you know what? Their defense has some solid players, but our offense is really talented in this game. We have some talented guys on this game, and I believe with our talent in this game on the offensive side of the ball, we can stay in the game. But without that defense doing their job, it'll be a tight one.
All right, Nichelle, what's your take?
I think it might be a bit of a tight game between the field goal and the touchdown to score, whether it be 35-27. I think it's definitely going to be close, less than 10 points, less than a touchdown. But it is going to be key for our O-line to pass block if we're going to put up the points we need. And as much as we love our defense grabbing those pick sixes, they're going to have to, shut down, make Kirk Cousins uncomfortable, and limit Justin Jefferson's production. Make them throw the regular because we gunning for him anyway.
He's not
playing. He ain't getting on the field.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. But if he does, have at it. He know he don't want to see that ball in this. Come on now. He know he don't want to see the ball.
All this ifing. If my aunt had cojones, she'd be my uncle. All right, but that's not it. All right, so you heard my prediction already. Please just prove me wrong, Eagles. Prove me wrong. I don't mind being wrong on these type of things. Just prove me wrong. Defense, Jonathan, this is a
I know,
because
I don't want to hear his "I told you so." Please.
I don't want to say I told you so. When it comes to this, that's not something I look forward to. But you guys go enjoy the game. We'll be back here after the game.
Game day chat too.
And the game day chat will be going on in the group chat. So go to Eagles Talk, the group, and join in. We'll watch the game together. So you guys, for your man, Dante the Dark Knight, Pat, and Michelle, we'll see you guys after the game. Enjoy. We're out. Peace.